Call to order. Thank you. All right, good. Call to order the June 11th meeting of the Board of Appeals. We've got 4 vacation rental requests on here. Go ahead and get started with the second item on the agenda, case 2406, vacation rental for 9450 Seabreeze Court. The proponent is, bear with me, Michelle Crosby. Is Ms. Crosby on the call?
That's me.
Yes, you.
Hi, Ms. Crosby. You just want to give us a brief comment about what you're proposing to do and your plans for the property, and any other thing you want to tell the board about this?
Yeah, sure. So just I have a couple rooms which I want to let out occasionally during the year, but I'll be living there the whole time.
Okay. Any other thing of note as far as the rental property is concerned?
No, nothing of note.
Okay. So before we get into questions from the board, so I have a list of questions I have to ask all proponents to get your answers on record. So I'm going to ask you a few questions. They're all yes or no questions, Ms. Crosby. Just answer them to the best of your ability. So number 1, will grant of the special exception for this property be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, or general welfare?
No.
Will grant of the special exception be harmonious in character with other property in the neighborhood?
Yes.
Will grant of the special exception substantially diminish and impair property values within the neighborhood?
No, I think it'll be the opposite.
Will grant of the special exception impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of the surrounding properties?
No.
Are there adequate utilities, access, drainage, and necessary facilities for the property?
Yes.
Will pedestrian and vehicle traffic associated with the property be hazardous to or conflict with the existing traffic in the neighborhood?
No, it will just replace, there's no extra parking or anything, just replaces my vehicle in front of my house.
Okay. And does the property conform to the applicable regulations of the district in which it's located?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's all the questions. So right now I'd like to open it up to the other board members if they have any questions for Ms. Crosby.
Rick is signing in now.
I'm sorry, Mickey, what'd you say?
Rick is joining us now.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes, so my only question is, I think she addressed part of it, which is parking. How many rooms are you thinking about letting out? And would they be at the same time? And do you have parking for all of that?
No, it would just be one at a time, maximum 2 people, and it would replace my car or my vehicle parking, which is right in front of my house.
Okay.
And you indicate you have 3 on-site parking spaces there?
We're allowed to have 3 parking spaces, and I don't even use the other 2 at all. And my car would not even be there most of the time. My parents just live up the road, so.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Okay, so I'm going to open it up to questions from the public. Any concerned citizens that might want to say anything about it? I would just say, please indicate your name and address and your relationship to the property, and keep your comments relatively brief. So any comments from the audience or the public? Okay, I don't see any hands raising. Anybody going once, going twice? Okay, so shift to discussion of the board members. Any other comments or questions before we make a ruling on this?
None
Not
from
for
me.
me. Sorry.
Okay, thank you. Does anybody want to make a motion?
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the what is this very, request for short-term rental exception for the property at 9450 Seabreeze Court.
I second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
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 All opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Congratulations, Ms. Crosby.
Thank you.
Yep, thank you for attending. We'll move on to case 24-07. Application for vacation rental for 9211 Annapolis Avenue. Bear with me as I switch over to that proposal. The proponent is, looks like Kirk, I'm sorry, Kim Winders. Is Ms. Winders on?
I have her logged in.
I apologize. I had myself muted.
Oh, that's
I'm
okay.
on.
Thanks for
Hello.
joining. How are you?
Thank you. I'm well. How are you?
Doing great. So could you just give us a brief description of what you're planning to do with the property and any unique features of it that you might want to mention?
Sure can. My brother purchased the property as a second home for the family. And we thought we would occasionally do a short-term rental just to help a little bit with income, with utilities, taxes and things of that nature, and just try it out and see how it goes.
Okay. Thank you for that. So, before I open up the questions for the board, I'm going to ask you the 8 questions I had to ask Ms. Crosby. Will
Okay.
grant the special exception for the property be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, or general welfare?
No,
Will grant the special exception be harmonious in character with other property in the neighborhood?
yes,
Will grant the special exception substantially diminish and impair property values within the neighborhood?
no,
Will grant the special exception impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of the surrounding properties?
no,
Are there adequate utilities, access, drainage, and necessary facilities for the property?
yes,
Will pedestrian and vehicle traffic associated with the property be hazardous to or conflict with the existing traffic in the neighborhood?
no,
Okay, and the last one, does the property conform to the applicable regulations of the district in which it's located?
yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for those answers. So now I just want to open it up for any questions the board may have.
Okay,
I
Board
just have a question about the parking. Looking at the photo that has been provided to us, it looks like there's parking, like a parking pad right next to the house. Is that the one parking space that you are referring to?
yes.
Okay.
There is also approximately one space on the street in front of the property as well, beside the driveway.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions from the board?
None from me.
Okay. With that, I will open it up for public comment. Does anybody on the meeting like to weigh in? Have any questions or comments for the? Okay, Mickey, you don't see any hands up or anything, do you?
Nothing online yet, and I don't see any raised hands.
Okay. All right, with that, we'll move to board discussion. Anything we need to discuss about this specific property?
No, looks like they passed everything and it's a regular
Everything.
request for vacation rental.
Looks pretty standard. Anybody care to make a motion?
I move that we accept the application for vacation short-term rental special exception for address 9211 Annapolis Avenue, North Beach, Maryland.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Do we have a second?
I'll second that motion.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you for attending.
Yes, thank you again. Have a good evening.
Thanks, you too. Okay, moving on to case 24-08, application for vacation rental, 8836 Bay Avenue. Hang on, let me get this open here. The proponent is Carolyn Hanson. I saw Ms. Hanson on. Ms. Hanson, you care to make a few comments about your proposal?
Is muted, I guess.
Yeah, Ms. Hanson, looks like you're muted.
There,
There
can you
you
hear
go.
me?
Yep, we got you now.
Great. Going back to, okay. The property, I've lived in the property for the last 18 years. And I've just recently did some remodeling. And I'm not going to be in the area for the next couple of years. And so I thought what I would like to do is a vacation rental until I come back to live there permanently.
Okay. I'm just curious, how long do you expect to be gone?
Couple of years. I have some things that have to be taken care of out of the area. So probably a couple of years, but not quite sure yet.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
So let me just ask you these standard questions. We'll knock that out and then we'll move on to the other parts of the
Sure.
program.
Sure.
So will grant the special exception for this property be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, or general welfare?
No.
Will grant the special exception be harmonious in character with other property in the neighborhood?
Yes.
Will grant the special exception substantially diminish and impair property values within the neighborhood?
No, not at all.
Will grant the special exception impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of the surrounding properties?
No.
Are there adequate utilities, access, drainage, and facilities for this property?
Yes.
Will pedestrian and vehicle traffic associated with the property be hazardous to or conflict with existing traffic in the neighborhood?
No.
And finally, does the property conform to the applicable regulations of the district in which it's located?
It does. Yes.
Okay, great. Thank you for those answers. So board members, anybody have questions for Ms. Hanson?
I do. Ms. Hanson, thanks for joining us this evening. In light of you traveling for the amount of time that you will be away, did you have someone nearby that would be managing if there was something to happen, let's say with the noise issue or with the parking issue, so on and so forth?
Yes, absolutely. My son is in the area, but I won't be that far away. I will be local. I will still be local, but I'll still be in the just north a little bit.
Great, thank you.
Uh-huh.
So I don't have any questions, but I walk by your house every day and I noticed you putting on the deck and the fencing. It looks so good.
Thank you. Thank you. It's something I always wanted to do. And I thought, well, I'm going to do it, so thank
Yeah,
you.
it does. It looks great.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
I triple that. It does look really, really good.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
Okay,
Absolutely.
any other questions? Oh, I see we've got Fred with us now. Fred, thanks for joining. Any other questions from any of the board members? Okay, so I'm going to open it up for public comment. If anybody has any comments, please state your name and address and your relationship to the property. Anybody have any comments or questions for Ms. Hanson? Okay, got a shy bunch tonight. All right, we'll move on to board discussion. Board has already expressed their views of how the property looks. Anything else we want to cover? Fred, are you muted, Fred? Hey, Fred, we can't hear you. Okay, so any other comments or anything? If not,
No.
No, none for me.
Okay, I would
So,
enter a motion to approve this special exception for vacation rental for this property at sorry, 8836 Bay Avenue.
I second that.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
I,
Aye. All opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Congratulations, Ms. Hanson. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you very much. Thanks to everyone. Thank you for the lovely comments. I appreciate it.
Anytime. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Okay, so moving to the last item on the agenda. Case 24-09, application for vacation rental. It's 9000 Bay Avenue, unit 20. I'm sorry, is it unit 207?
Yes, Jim.
Yes, thank you. And the proponent is,
You can
I'm
call me
sorry,
Venkat.
I'm
You can
sorry.
call me Venkat.
Oh, Venkat, nice to meet you. Thanks
Nice
for
meeting
joining
you,
us.
Jim. Good evening, everybody.
Would you
So
give a brief description of what you're proposing and the plans for the property?
sure. So this is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, bay-facing condo unit. It's got one assigned parking and one floating parking. And the building has an elevator, and that the salient point on this house. In fact, we have been there many times. We have spent a couple of days over there, and we plan to continue to use it as much as possible. But when we are about an hour away from there, and so we plan to have this professionally managed as well. And we plan to use it as many days as we can. But the other days, we just want somebody else also to enjoy the view and the wonderful things that North Beach has to offer. We already got membership in the library. You have a wonderful library over there. I should compliment you on the wonderful building. And we also sat down on the beach chairs over there. It gives a wonderful feeling. So we thought, in addition to us, somebody else should also be able to enjoy the place.
Okay, well, thank you for all those comments. So let me just rattle through these questions I've got to cover, just answer to the best of your ability. Will grant of the special exception for the property be detrimental to or endanger the public health, safety, or general welfare?
No.
Will grant of the special exception be harmonious in character with other property in the neighborhood?
Absolutely.
Will grant of the special exception substantially diminish and impair property values within the neighborhood?
No, I think it'll add to it.
Okay. Will grant of the special exception impede the normal and orderly development and improvement of the surrounding properties?
No. It should be in touch with the neighborhood there.
Okay. Are there adequate utilities, access, drainage, and necessary facilities for the property?
Yes, sir.
Will pedestrian and vehicle traffic associated with the property be hazardous to or conflict with the existing traffic in the neighborhood?
No, I don't think so at all.
Okay, and lastly, does the property conform to the applicable regulations of the district in which it's located?
It should. It will.
Okay, great, thank you. So now I want to go ahead and open it up if anybody has any comments from the public. Anybody care to ask any questions of the proponent or have any comments about this? Oh, we gotta have more meetings in the summertime. Okay, any other comments from folks? Okay. So open it up for board discussion. I know we've got another property or two in this building that have been approved.
yeah,
So I mean, it's certainly in line with that. Any other things of note?
are you gonna, you said you have 2 spots, so are you gonna limit the number of cars to 2?
Yes, a maximum of 2. I don't think this being a smaller unit, I don't think there should be more than one person in the car. That's my my goal. But there's still another floating parking available there in case they want to use it.
And I
sorry,
totally
how
agree
large-
with you on the library. I think that view from the library is amazing.
I think my condo has an equally good view, just that, you know, the space that's there in the library is not there in the balcony over here. It's a tighter fit balcony. So just maybe 2 people can stand out, but no more than that. But the library balcony is amazing. Both of them.
They really are. So I'm sorry, how large is the property? How many square feet is the property? Do you is that on the
I
application?
believe it is about 800 and odd square feet. Am I right?
Okay,
And
okay,
then,
any other,
yeah,
ahead, Jessica.
so have you met your neighbors and have you let them know how to contact you or property management if there's issues?
I will definitely, the condo office has our contact information. I communicate with them regularly. It's being managed by Patuxent Property Management right now,
Oh,
which is
okay.
right across the town hall. So they are aware that, you know, we do intend to, in fact, that was one of the initial things that we wanted to find out. It's a longer story. Actually, last year we were looking for a property for ourselves in that area, both Chesapeake Beach and North Beach. Unfortunately, there wasn't anything that came our way that we liked or within our budget, unfortunately. So even though we bought a house in Springfield, we are right now in Springfield. Last year, this time, we were going up and down Chesapeake Beach and North Beach trying to identify something for us to live in. It didn't happen that way, but we still have something there for us to use. But to answer your question, I believe both my neighbors are renters, but the property management company knows how to contact us, or they will know how to contact the management company once we finalize them.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, any other comments or questions from the board members?
None for me.
Okay, anybody care to make a motion?
I move that we accept the short-term vacation rental special exception for the property at 9000 Bay Avenue, North Beach. Yeah, we accept that application.
Okay, we have a motion to approve.
I'll
Is there a
second that
second?
motion.
All right, we have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? All right, the ayes have it. Congratulations, Venkat. Thanks for joining us and thanks for all your comments and answers. And do we have anything else we need to discuss tonight?
Thank
Thank
you
you.
all for your time in this. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Have a good evening.
You too.
Okay, any other issues or items of business?
Did
No, okay.
Rick's on now? Did he have anything? He said
Rick,
he
was there anything to report? I saw you were on the agenda, the first thing on the agenda, but
No, I don't have anything.
okay. Thanks for joining.
Thank you.
All right.
Good night, everybody.
Good evening, everyone.
night.
Have a good one.
Bye.
Have a good day. Okay,
Thank you.
bye.
I'm gonna take the Kessa move to close and then Jessica, then you.
Sure, that's fine. Thank you.
Have a good summer.
Yep, you too. Take it easy.
You too.